Today's fun fact is that I hate myself and want to die, but welcome to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast. Tim, do your intro.
Hey guys, this is Tim and Nick for the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast here on YouTube, sponsored by Strong Style Brand Clothing and Wrestle Crate. If you go to the links in the description below for either Strong Style Brand or Wrestle Crate and use promo code PWUnlimited at checkout, you will get 10% off of your order at either website. So go check those out. Links are in the description below for both Strong Style Brand Clothing and Wrestle Crate.
All right, and as we got people filing into chat, what is going on, everybody? It is a Wednesday. I started off really depressing by going with my hardcore. I've been waiting for my notification. Well, you got it, my dude. So let's just let people file in here for a bit. Take a little minute. Hey, Scott. Hey, Tim. Wish prayers for Mexico. Yeah. Hope everyone is all right in Mexico. All right, we got chat popping. First one, bro.
Let's see. Hold on. YouTube did something. I don't see the chat here on the dashboard. Let me pull it up on my phone so I got the chat.
What is going on? Dean Angelo Romero says, hey, with like 12 Ys, so you know he wants the D.
Uh-oh.
That's what I learned in middle school. How are you guys? Tim, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Trying to pull up the chat here. It's not loading on the YouTube dashboard, so I got to pull it up on my other...
Andrew says it's almost Thursday.
There we go. I've got the chat now.
If you're on the East Coast, it is Thursday.
Technically, yes.
Enzo is winning Sunday. The crowd has really turned on him. Huh, Nick and Tim. Scott, you're an idiot. Hey, guys, I was about to sleep, but got notified. Dropping by to say hi. Yesterday, I found out my great-grandmother had cancer. Well, Kylor, really, really sorry, dude.
Sorry to hear that. My grandmother actually passed away from cancer about 10 years ago, I think it was now. So jeez. I feel for you.
Yeah, man. Hearts out to you. Everyone show your love to Kylor in chat. Let him know that we love you.
For sure, for sure.
So, let's just...
All right. So
let's just start this off with the elephant in the room. Did you know there's 4 Powerpuff Girls?
There's what?
There's 4 Powerpuff Girls. That's the fucking elephant in the room.
There's not 4.
Yes, there is, dude.
Is there a new one?
I don't know, but I heard there was 4. Anyway.
Green, blue, and red, or green, blue, and pink?
You do this. I'm going to do research. We both know what we're starting with.
Okay, so Jinder Mahal, he's not to blame. That's the first thing I'm going to say.
The modern day Maharaja.
You can't blame him because it was scripted for him. What he said last night on Smackdown. Many people, like we posted the video about it this morning. Many are saying that it's racist, and in the comments, you guys are kind of split. Some of you guys were saying, "Hey, people are too sensitive." Some of you are saying, "Yes, it was racist." Some of you are saying that, "Oh, look at the Attitude Era. They said stuff way worse back then." Well, now Nick was there live.
I was there live. If anyone else was there live, I'm sad that you guys didn't say hi to me, but that's okay.
Now, as far as the promo and everything went, when he said Mr. Miyagi, they were chanting "That's too far," correct?
Oh yeah, people were screaming, "That's too far, that's too far." In which at that point I was like, "Oh yikes, this is not going good for WWE's sake."
Right. And then with the Singh brothers, that they're horrible laughing, like flopping around the ring, laughing every time Jinder's picture, or not Jinder, but Shinsuke's picture would come up on the screen.
Yeah,
like, that just made it even worse.
That did not help WWE's case.
And then they started doing like karate moves.
God, I'm not gonna say that they did, but that sounds like something they would do.
Yeah, they were like, with their hands and stuff, doing like karate chops or whatever. That's
oh no, you know what they were doing? They were doing wax on, wax off.
Oh, when he calls him Mr. Gotcha.
Also, for those wondering, fuck no, I didn't stay around for 205 Live. I was hungry and the BART train was full and I wanted to go home. 205 Live sucks.
I stayed for 205 Live and I went to Smackdown earlier this year.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Hey, I was sitting front row. I paid $400. I was getting my money's worth.
Yeah, at that point, you gotta get your fucking...
Well, it was like $350, something like that.
Were your eyes burning during Naomi's entrance? Actually, seeing her entrance in person was kind of cool. She brings a kind of charisma that is definitely good for that women's division. But back to the Jinder thing. Fuck, man, they really went balls to the wall, didn't they?
Yeah, and I can see them now because of the backlash. I can see them now kind of not really backing off on Jinder, but Jinder's like, his anti-American stuff and this and that for the next couple of weeks.
I get that, but it's just like, I get that wrestling isn't political, Andrew, but at the same time, it's like, really? We can't come up with good promo work that doesn't involve being offensive to, Japanese people?
Right.
It's just like, I get it, it's scripted, but I don't know, man. It's called a heel promo, get used to it. Right, that's a heel promo. It's a heel promo that's just kind of, it's outdated. Stuff like that is just not like, it's not really accepted in today's culture. But Vince McMahon doesn't really give a shit.
But I mean, they say the heel's supposed to get heat. That got Jinder heat, but probably the wrong kind of heat.
That got him like, oh yikes, we're not. I guarantee you 100%. Someone heard that on TV, and some mom just went. I know they did the exact same thing last week, and it wasn't okay. But some mom saw that and just thought, I'm never gonna watch this again. And granted, one mom not watching isn't gonna ruin the promotion, but the fact that it makes for bad press.
Right.
It makes for bad press. And there was actually a statement from WWE. Do you have it up?
I'm trying to find the exact statement from, because they actually got a lot of quotes. They even talked, like, looks like this. The Washington Post did an article about it. WWE released a statement to the Washington Post. I can't find in here WWE's exact statement. I mean, they've got Meltzer quoted in this, and other people, like,
they've got anything revolving around wrestling.
I'm trying to find the exact quote that WWE said. No, I don't see it anywhere.
Well, as you look for that, I'm going to answer a couple questions. You guys are based out of the Bay Area. I'm in the Bay. Tim is more like inland.
Oh, I'm literally 15, 20 minutes from the exact dead center of California.
There you go.
Like, there's there's a sign that says, you have reached the exact dead center of California.
Congratulations, you're in California. There's not too much excitement here. People who freak out on Jinder being quote-unquote racist when people from the USA in WWE have used radical terminology are being hypocrites if they're not shitting on people of their own country. Go to APW show then. It's better than WWE. I've actually been to a couple APW shows. I should do the Marshawn Lynch dance.
Don't go to Best in the West. Their ring breaks.
Yeah, apparently so, dude.
Multiple times in one show.
It's a quick question to chat. How's your guys' day going? What's going on, guys? I feel like we don't ask the chat enough how they're doing. Hi from Oakland, then, guys. Andrew. Oh, Oklahoma. Funny because WWE promotes anti-bullying, yet he's got racist dickheads writing these types of things.
But here's the thing about the anti-bullying thing. The anti-bullying thing is all Stephanie. Stephanie's like in charge of all that. She's the one that got the whole deal with Be a Star and all that. And Vince doesn't even care about that stuff. He just thinks, oh, hey, Stephanie, you keep doing that because it makes us look good, but I'm going to write the show whoever I want. And from what I've heard, Vince loves Jinder's work, and he loves to write the stuff for Jinder. And Jinder just, whatever Vince tells him, he says, okay, sure, yeah.
I mean, fuck yeah, what are you going to tell Vince no?
Well,
I'd be fucking scared to tell Vince no.
Jinder was on, I think it was the Jericho podcast, and he pretty much said, since I've come to SmackDown, I'm right there with Vince every Tuesday night, and I just soak in every bit of advice he gives me, and I just take all the criticism that he gives me to make myself better. And he said that Vince has just been almost like a father figure to me ever since coming to SmackDown and taking me under his wing.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, that's, Jinder was basically a yes man for a little bit.
Right.
Dean says, good, I'm actually looking at voice acting tips. DM me on Twitter, Dean, because I do some voice acting things, and I could help get some people to talk to you, bud. In case you were, like, really interested, I could probably help you out. Just DM me on Twitter.
So this article, I don't really see any statement. Oh, here we go. Hold on. WWE addressed the case. So in the Washington Post article about the whole racism thing, it says WWE addressed the controversy at the time, noting it a widely circulated statement that the company is committed to embracing and celebrating individuals from all backgrounds as demonstrated by their diversity of employees, performers, and fans worldwide. That's their statement, saying that they have a diverse fan base and employee base, or whatever you want to call it.
I like the idea of being like, I know he said racist stuff, but we have Asians and black people.
Right.
So let's talk about something kind of happy in a weird turn of events. We've got Starrcade.
Oh, Lord.
I'm excited. I think that's cool.
You know the only reason they're doing it, right?
Tell me.
WrestleCade is the same weekend close to this show, so they wanted to call this house show Starrcade to try and draw more people to this show than the WrestleCade show. That's all it is. It's not going to be on the network. It's not going to be anything we're going to be able to see. It's just a house show.
Still, though, I think it's dope as shit.
I mean,
I think it's a cool concept that could lead to more.
Well, it's so far away that if there is enough interest, maybe they do end up streaming it. But as of this week, the plan was not to have it on the network.
I mean, who knows? It could go up with, popular demands.
I mean, it's got a pretty stacked card. It's got 2 cage matches, a Texas Tornado tag title match.
It's booked like a... Holy fuck, this is amazing.
What?
AJM earlier about the quote-unquote elephant in the room, Nick. Yes, there are 4 Powerpuff Girls from the reboot, not the original. Her name's Bliss. I'm not happy. Screw the reboot. That guy does not like the reboot. Let him know that.
Oh. Robert Cathy says, Starrcade? Why?
Because they can.
Well, no, because WrestleCade. The name WrestleCade came from Starrcade. There's
a train.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you might hear dogs in my background, so it's all good. But no, WrestleCade has their event, and they said that our name. They've always said the name WrestleCade came from Starrcade. Dusty Rhodes created Starrcade in like 1982, 1983, somewhere around those years. And WrestleCade is just it's their thing, and WWE is now using the name Starrcade, since they own the rights to the name Starrcade, to try and draw more interest to their show, which is on the same day. And I don't think it's that, like, the distance between where the 2 shows are taking place aren't that far as well.
Really?
Yeah, I also saw in the chat, I don't see who posted it now, I saw it earlier, and I actually keep getting this question on Twitter, when is WWE coming back to Chicago? Well, you're in luck. If you don't care about Christmas Day, go to WWE Raw on Christmas at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. And then you can go the next day after Christmas, Allstate Arena, same place, Smackdown.
That's called, do you know what the day after Christmas is called?
The day after Christmas?
Yep. Cody and Goldust versus the Hardy Boys. Is Cody currently signed by anyone?
Yes, Ring of Honor. He's the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. Now, Cody was kind of, if you saw his tweet, he was like, hey, if you're going to use Starrcade, then you better give the credit, or, no. Cody said, if you're going to use Starrcade, then you should use Goldie. He's referencing his brother Goldust on the show. And then his wife Brandy goes into like a little rant on Twitter saying, hey, if you're going to use Starrcade, give the proper credit to the man that actually created Starrcade. And so Michael Hayes actually responded to Cody saying, hey, we know your dad created Starrcade or whatever. We'd love for you to come work the show and actually team with your brother Goldust. So then WrestleCade sent out a tweet saying, hey, Cody, we'd love to have you on our show. We'd love to finally have a Rhodes on our WrestleCade show. After doing this for 5 years, it would be the first time. So I don't know if Michael Hayes has enough pull to get Cody on the show even for one night. It seems more likely that Cody would be able to work the WrestleCade show instead.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if he's signed to Ring of Honor and he's our world champion, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Cody would come back yet, too. I think he's still doing pretty doing pretty well for himself.
I can maybe, if it's to work one tag match with his brother at like the Starrcade, and if it was a bigger deal than just like a random ass house show with the name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it would make sense.
But if you guys do want to call into the show tonight, the phone number is on the screen, 559-475-8473. The line is open.
Do we got any calls right now as it is?
Not at the moment.
Why not? Call the show.
Hey, I want to get the people. I want the people to call in a minute because I want to get their opinion on this survey that the WWE sent out today about the network. Now I'm going to put a link in the chat because I kind of did an article on PWUnlimited.net, just kind of highlighting some of the things that were said and mentioned in the. Let me pull it up real fast. Some of the things that were said and mentioned in the survey that I found interesting. Dang, chat's still not working for me on. Okay, hold on. I got to fix the chat here on my end. But anyways, so now when you get one of these WWE surveys, you have to remember that this is all for research. And it's not like this is stuff they're already working on and it's stuff that's going to come soon. Some, if not all of this, may not even happen. But some of the things that they were talking about is a show kind of like MTV Cribs, but where they go to different wrestlers' houses and show off their houses.
Oh, so it's basically just like, feel bad that you don't have this house.
Right. So now, hold on.
That's what Cribs was to me. Yeah, they definitely also had stuff on there like, would you like to see TNA style content or...
Right, and they always do that. They always put TNA, Ring of Honor, on their surveys. Then they also had, would you like to see a show kind of similar to The Apprentice, where someone would win a job with the WWE? They had a possible second season of Legends House with Attitude Era only stars.
And a I'm blanking on it now because I got distracted by a message, but a TV 14 style show.
That's where I was going next.
Yeah. So a TV.
They said a new, quote unquote, new weekly version of Extreme Championship Wrestling or another edgy TV 14 promotion.
I like how they used the edgy.
Right.
It's so.
They also talked about airing different house shows and making it seem like you're sitting ringside. Also talked about special live events from around the world.
Around the world.
Different tournaments, like a Pro-Am tournament where it would be WWE stars versus NXT stars, a Lucha tournament, a tag team tournament, and a King or Queen of the Ring style tournament. Now, what kind of I'm not interested in, I don't know if anybody else would be interested, they said originally scripted comedies and dramas, WWE's version of The Office or Game of Thrones.
Office, please. Office.
Like, okay, who would you want? Like, how would the show even work? Would it just be with wrestlers or people working in Stanford at the headquarters?
Mix of both. Mix of both. Fuck it.
Mix of both. And they also went on to say that they can...
Because Michael Scott's obviously going to be Vince. Obviously. I don't think Vince has a bone to be funny in his body.
Nah. He'll let other people make fun of him. We saw that all through the Attitude Era. He has no problem letting people make fun of him.
Well, you shouldn't. Everyone should be able to get made fun of.
Except for Stephanie. No one can ever make fun of Stephanie.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't fucking...
Anyways, they also went on to say, they asked if we would like to see historic or new programming from such companies like Ring of Honor, TNA, Impact, Global Force Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, ICW, Progress, or other regional indie promotions.
So WCPW is on that list, right?
I don't know what's going on with them right now. We'll talk about them in a minute.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that fact.
Yeah, I don't know.
Holy shit!
I don't know how this would we'll talk about that in a minute.
We'll talk.
Anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Other notable things as far as non-content, well, kind of content related ability, which they've been talking about for 2 years now. Ability to download content and watch it offline. So say you're going on an airplane and you want to get a pay-per-view or two to watch while you're on your airplane. Download
How did they not already do that?
I don't know. They've been talking about it for like 2 years.
That'd be fucking genius. Wow.
Yeah. Another thing is they said set up a quote-unquote movie theater mode to virtually watch with friends and participate in live events on Facebook where you can chat with other fans while watching your said programs.
I like that idea.
Now, here's the issue with that.
What's the issue?
Are they setting up the Facebook stuff or are other people setting it up and then streaming it? Because that's where it's going to get a little fishy as far as, copyrighted content and people getting flagged and this and that. That's what I thought of when the first thing I saw that. And then it says Facebook. I know Facebook is trying to start rolling out their own kind of TV service. They have exclusive Facebook shows, like one with LeVar Ball and his family.
Ugh.
But, I mean, I don't know how that would really... I mean, I get it if WWE's the one setting it up. Like, say they have a pay-per-view, and so it'll... Well, I don't even know how that would work. Would it just stream on Facebook instead of the network, and then you can chat there?
It would...
Go for it.
I mean, it would I don't think it would be a pay-per-view, because, I mean, like... I don't know, man. It would have to be something small.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
it'd have maybe like an episode of 205 Live? Maybe say, like, for a short time, 205 Live will stream on Facebook Live. You know...
Yeah, because the exact wording was set up a, quote, movie theater mode to watch virtually with friends or participants in a live event on Facebook where you can chat with other fans. That's the exact verbiage they put. But like I said, all this stuff in these surveys WWE put out, 99% of the time, none of it actually happens. Exactly.
And another, I just kind of thought of something. They wouldn't even... I mean, they could troubleshoot this by saying they don't have to do... they don't have to do the Facebook style. They can just add a live chat section in the network.
I see where you're saying.
Kind of like how people are watching us and they're chatting. They could do the same thing with wrestling events. But one thing that I liked from there was that they had audio only stuff.
Yes.
So things like, you know, the Pod of Awesomeness, I think it's called, right?
Huh? A Pod of Awesomeness.
Chris Jericho.
Oh, the Edge and Christian one?
Yeah, the Edge and Christian weird thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, the Stone Cold podcast. There's a lot of cool things that could be happening.
Right. Well, I know the Stone Cold podcast, unless it was separate from his normal one, that wouldn't be able, because his one's he's got to deal with podcast one for his show. But it said audio only, for listening only, that provides audio play-by-play for pay-per-views, music playlists, sports radio style call-in shows, and podcasts.
Oh, so they're stealing our fucking ideas, eh?
Yeah,
well, it's time for them to hire us.
They try and get their own version of like Mike and Mike on ESPN Radio or something.
Oh my god, I absolutely... Okay, here's a little bit of like regional hot take for where I am, because the local sports radio station where I used to intern is 95.7 The Game. About 2 years ago, they dropped their affiliacy with ESPN and started working with Fox. And my God, Fox Sports morning show from midnight to about 5 a.m. I would rather watch like a baby die than listen to these guys. That's my hot take. That's my regional hot take for this week.
So my God. Element 423 has a good comment here in the chat. He says, if the WWE Network had a live chat, the lag and the spamming would probably be ridiculous.
You know, that's true. I guess that's true.
They'd need the amount of people that would be chatting. They'd need like 50 moderators at one time checking that chat and stuff.
I mean, there could always be something like you can watch the regular broadcast with no live chat, or if you want the live chat.
Right. And also, this also said in the survey, the first line of the survey says, WWE is considering adding new programming to the WWE Network as part of a premium priced tier.
There you go.
And they've mentioned this in the past. Excuse me, I had a burp. They mentioned this in the past with like you have the $9.99 version of the network, which is the base tier, and then they would come out with either one or two other versions with not wanting to really charge any more than $14.99. I
mean, that's good that at least they're keeping it about the same price as Netflix.
Right. And
Netflix, I believe, is like $7.14.
Two other things I wanted to say from this survey, actually three. They said the ability to watch current or historic WWE content in a way that makes it feel like you're actually sitting ringside and experiencing an event such as WrestleMania live in person using special computer-generated effects and equipment like a headset. Now, I don't know how that would work out.
Oh, hey, Tim.
What's up?
Our special guest from this week just messaged me.
And?
Saying that he can come on for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I have him call? Should I have him call the number? Should I have him call Skype?
I think either way would work.
Okay, I'm gonna give him the number.
All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go over the last two things here. The other thing this said for the network survey was the ability to watch WWE in-ring shows with alternate cameras, such as the Gorilla Cam, which I assume may mean like from the top of the ramp, the Drone Cam, which is interesting. There'd be a drone flying around the arena, and a GoPro camera.
What was Matt Hardy's drone's name?
Oh, Vanguard 1.
Yeah, they're gonna get Vanguard 2.
You kind of know where like the Vanguard 1 name kind of came from his old V1 thing back in the
Oh my god, you're so right. That just clicked
Yes.
in my fucking
when he
mind.
used to, Matt Hardy V1, and so that's kind of where he came up with the name Vanguard 1 V1.
Keep a lookout on the phone line for him.
Gotcha. And then the other thing was alternate audio. Choose your favorite pay-per-view commentary team. For instance, you can hear Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jerry Lawler call a live pay-per-view. I don't know how that would work.
What the fuck?
They're going to get Stone Cold and Jerry Lawler to come in just to do pay-per-views? I don't know. That one's a little more, like, I don't see that one happening, really.
So what if I request, like, Heyman and... what? No, not Heyman, excuse me. Heenan and, like...
No.
Monsoon.
They're gonna,
Will it happen? Will it happen?
How are you going to get Monsoon? It's got to be someone that's alive. No, they're going to tell you that it's got to be only people that work backstage. So you can get, like, Devon Dudley and Michael Hayes. Or Jimmy Jacobs and Jamie Noble.
I want the Rodeo Double G.
Oh Lord!
All right, so yeah, we do have a very special guest tonight. A very special guest that's kind of been in the works left and right. So we should be calling into the show within the next few minutes.
Sure. I'm gonna text you real fast.
Okay.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts on this survey. And like I said, all of this probably isn't going to come to fruition. But what things that were actually mentioned would you actually like to see happen?
Yeah. What are your guys' most anticipated things that you saw in that survey? Because I want to know about it. Right. I think that would be rather interesting to know because a lot of people have some good ideas.
Yeah,
I know. I asked him that question already.
Gotcha.
How many are there? Any in the queue?
There was a second ago, and when I went to click it, it lost it.
Okay, so it might just be the next one. So let's pounce on it.
Awesome. But yeah,
go ahead.
No, you go. I really didn't have anything at the moment.
Okay, so Dean asks at Nick and Tim, how do you guys take Dave Meltzer's opinions? Do you treat it like gospel, like other marks? I treat his opinion like I treat every other wrestling fan's opinions. As an opinion, it's what they think. It's how they grade things. It's how they feel about it. I don't diminish his opinion. I acknowledge it. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to all their stuff. Him and Brian Alvarez that they put out every week. Of course, they do Brian does the retro shows. He has the shows with Vince Verhey and stuff. But yeah, I take their stuff, like Nick said, as not maybe a little more than just like a normal fan, because I know that he knows what he's talking about and he's got that knowledge. Like he gets when they do their mailbag stuff and someone can ask him a random question from like 50 years ago, he almost doesn't even have to take a second to think. He just like boom and knows exactly what to say and what happened on like said date. 90% of the time.
He definitely displays a flow of understanding and confidence where he's like, I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
And he's been in the business for a while. He wouldn't be this successful if he wasn't good. But I mean,
I think it was
people don't like him, and I get it.
I think it was last week someone asked a mailbag question about some random incident that happened in Japan in 89 or 90, and he didn't even Brian finished the question and he just went right into, oh yeah, that was didn't even have to think after the question was asked. He knew exactly what the question was, what happened, dang.
So quick question, Tim.
Maybe a quick answer.
Where is Hangman?
I don't know.
He's filming.
Filming what?
He's the one filming all the videos. Obviously.
Angelo Romero says, John or Roman?
For what are we picking them for?
Sunday pay-per-view. Who's gonna win? Cena or Reigns?
Do we want to say now, or do we want to save it for a predictions podcast?
Let's save it.
Let's save. We're gonna leave you guys on a hanger right now. We're gonna have a predictions podcast with. You know what? I'm gonna type this in chat. Let me think how to word it. Let's let my potential English major go to work.
King84109 Jones says, what about Crazy Steve? I honestly haven't heard anything since he did the tryout at the WWE Performance Center. God, that's probably 3 or 4 months ago now.
Crazy Steve, the guy from Drake and Josh?
Huh? No, Crazy Steve from TNA.
No, you mean Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh.
I haven't watched that show in so long.
He worked at the movie theaters. You fool. I'm still a child.
It's probably been 10, 15 years since I've seen that show.
Okay, I'm about to drop.
I shifted from Nickelodeon to Disney Channel, sorry.
I'm not even gonna fucking question it.
I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old.
Oh, you're right. You do? Alright, I dropped the question.
Plus some of those original Disney Channel movies aren't too bad, especially the older ones. But anyways. Hey, I love Disney.
Ooh, Dean replied to me also to answer your voice acting question that I don't have a mic or a job at the moment. All I have is my shitty phone. Honestly, like
Dean, do you have a headset do you have like a PlayStation or an Xbox, and do you have a headset for that? Because if you do, as long as you have like an editing software, probably perfect.
Yeah, and I mean, you say you only have your phone. The voice memos. Oh, his name was Spencer. Oh no!
Wait, I thought Spencer was the brother from iCar. Never mind, we're getting way off topic now.
No. I think it was Crazy Steve and Drake and Josh and Spencer and I. Fuck it, I'm using fucking Google. Crazy Steve. So literally the first thing that pops up is Crazy Steve, Jake, and Josh. Don't fool me, chat.
Okay. Anyways, yes, Crazy Steve. I don't know what the deal with him is within WWE. I know, like I said, he did the tryout. They were interested. They liked him. They featured him on the website saying that he was at the tryout, and I haven't heard anything since. Now, to answer Dean's question about not having a mic or anything, like I said, if you have like a gaming headset, I'll tell you my secret right now. I have an old gaming headset that is kind of half broken. I plug that into my phone, and that's how I record a lot of the videos for this website, for this channel. So all you need is a $20 PlayStation headset, put it ones over your ears with the mouthpiece or whatever, the mic on the end, $20 headset, plug that into your phone, use the voice memo, boom. I plug it into my video editing software, the audio, you never know. And right now I'm using a different mic. The mic I'm on right now is a $100 mic. The other mic is a $20 mic. You'll never know the difference.
Yeah, I use my mic. It's a pretty decent XLR mic. Tim, take a wild guess on how much my mic cost me.
$150.
Nope.
I don't know.
$20.
For an XLR mic?
Yep.
Huh.
I'm gonna type it in chat because I feel like a lot of people have told me, like, what's a good mic? That mic right there is literally the greatest thing I've ever used in my life. It's the Neewer NW700.
I've heard of that.
I spent $30 on the mic. It came with the mic. It came with a shock mount, and for like another $10, I got the mic stand for it, and it just works fucking brilliantly. Like, honestly, if you're just starting out, hell yeah, it's a great deal.
You said it's XLR?
Yeah, the cable that comes with it is an XLR to 3.5, but you can find an XLR male to XLR female for like $15.
Right, because I know some people are like, I need a USB mic to plug it into my computer because I don't have a mixer.
Yeah, I do have a mixer, but you can use the XLR to 3.5 millimeter.
Right, and plug it into your phone.
Yeah.
Or even the headphone jack on your computer would work.
Yeah, there you go. Do we have any calls in the queue?
No, but did you want to mention WhatCulture? Now, no one really knows exactly what's going on. 5 of the guys left. Let me get the names. I'll tell you exactly who it is that left.
Yeah, I can tell you right now who it was.
All 5?
Adam Blampier.
Right.
Ross Tweedle.
King Ross.
Yeah, King Ross, Adam Paticci, Jack King, and Sam Driver.
Right.
You know, Adam Blampier was the reason I got into WhatCulture and got into all this YouTube wrestling stuff.
He's probably the reason a lot of people not only got into WhatCulture, but probably saw wrestling news and wrestling videos on YouTube and then found other channels from that. But let's take this call real fast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, poor guys. We'll talk about it, though.
All right, let's see. You're on the air. What's going on?
How you doing?
Lost it.
And we lost him.
I heard it.
I lost my will to live. Anyway.
Let's take this call.
Yeah, let's take this call.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi, my name is Trey Boyd. I'm calling with I'm calling about the WhatCulture story.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
And,
Sweet.
And I honestly think that with Adam Blampier and Pacitti leaving, I think that WhatCulture is going to lose all credibility, and I think that's the people that are leaving made up that channel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree with you. I think those guys that left were the foundation of their wrestling channel.
Right. And they said that they're going to keep Right, and they said they're going to keep the channel going. They're just going to bring in new hosts, and hopefully it all just a smooth transition.
It won't.
Right, and I actually think it's a weird timing because with Blampier being general manager of WCPW, like, are they going to name a new GM, or is he just going to strictly work with the promotion?
Right, and that's what I was going to bring up next. What does that do for the promotion? Because Blampier, Pacitti, they started that. They just, used the WhatCulture name because WhatCulture was funding it. Now, whether they can keep it going without the WhatCulture name or WhatCulture is going to do, we don't know. Nobody really knows what's going on other than those 5 guys are starting their own company called Cultaholics, and some are saying this is going to be very similar, if not the exact same thing as WhatCulture.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I think,
right.
In other words, they're the 5 horsemen, says Dean. That's a fucking good one.
I know Pro Wrestling Sheet for a fact tried to reach out, and Adam Pacitti told them specifically, we are not talking to any media at this time. And I think Adam Blampier told him the exact same thing. And then Blampier posted out a image with a C and a 5. So I guess that's their new logo.
And then he tweeted
Yeah, I saw that on his Twitter page. Page, yeah.
So not much is really known. That's why I haven't really reported on it, because not much is known about what's going on, why they left. All we know is they're starting a new company, but we don't know what it means for the promotion, if the promotion's even going to go, because we haven't seen anything with their promotion since they finished their, 64-man tournament it was?
Yeah, it was Pro Wrestling World Cup.
Right. So it's going to be interesting to see what all goes with that. But thanks for the call and have a great night.
I actually do have one more question.
All right, go for it.
I was watching Wrestle Talk TV earlier today, and they had a story, where they were thinking that there's going to be a storyline where Kevin Owens is going to beat Shane at Hell in a Cell, and Triple H is going to become commissioner. Have you guys heard anything about that?
I reported that yesterday. What the story is? It comes from Wrestling News World, and what the story is we're getting the Hell in a Cell match. Shane McMahon is going to lose to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to destroy Shane McMahon. Now, I don't know where they got the word of Kevin Owens becoming GM, because in the article that Wrestling News World put out, they didn't say anything about Kevin Owens getting any control. But what it is he's going to destroy Shane McMahon. We haven't seen Vince since Vince got beat up by Kevin Owens. And now Triple H will return to get revenge for his father-in-law and his brother-in-law. And then we go on and have a feud between Kevin Owens and Triple H. That's what the article actually said. I don't know why they would have mentioned anything with Owens getting control, because that wasn't actually in the original article.
Oh, I meant to say Triple H.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but all
good, dude.
All I know from, like I said, from the original article, is that Shane would lose, get beat down like bad, and then Triple H would come and get his revenge for his family.
I honestly think that would be the best thing for the storyline. It would build off of when he basically handed Owens the Universal Championship, and it would be basically a close to that storyline.
Right, and originally that story was supposed to go with, they were going to tease, Triple H pretty much handed him the title. They were going to tease Triple H starting a new little group with Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and whatever. And then in the end, it was going to be Triple H saying, hey, you haven't lived up to being Universal Champion, and then they feud over something there. So they wanted to do a Triple H Kevin Owens feud for the last year or so, I guess you can say. And so this may be the finally the way they get to do it.
Okay, well, I do want to thank you guys for taking my call, and
Not
you
a
guys
problem.
have a great night.
All right, have a great night.
Have a good one, man. Thanks a lot.
So yeah, whether they do go this route or not, what is it, 2-3 weeks till Hell in a Cell? They could change their mind.
I do want to mention, oh God, excuse me. I did mention it in the chat. We're going to be doing a predictions video for No Mercy.
Yes.
So what does the loser have to do?
Uh-oh, a punishment.
What does the loser have to do? Anyway, I really want... Yeah, some people have been asking, where's that special guest at?
I don't know.
He's coming. Don't worry. Do we currently have a thing in the thing?
Yes.
Do you want to test our luck?
You're on the air. What's going on?
What do you call? I was gonna ask about Bobby Roode.
Okay.
Where's he been? I mean, we haven't seen him.
So here's
the past 2 weeks.
Here's the story. He's working house shows. He's working the dark matches for SmackDown. But here's what they're gonna do. You know how Dolph Ziggler comes out every week and he makes fun of somebody's entrance? Well, what they're doing is they're keeping Bobby Roode off of television for a couple of weeks, so we kind of forget about him. We kind of like, oh, hey, where's Bobby Roode been? And then he, forget about him. And then in the next couple of weeks, Dolph Ziggler's going to come out to Glorious. He's going to come out and he's going to be like, I can do that better than anybody, and I can do it in the ring. And then Glorious is going to hit again, and Bobby Roode comes out and just beats down Dolph Ziggler, and then we get a Dolph Ziggler-Bobby Roode feud.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to this Tuesday SmackDown, and I was like, I want to see him, and I didn't know.
Yeah, because if you think about it, that's the perfect way that this whole Dolph Ziggler thing ends up. Dolph Ziggler's making fun of people with big elaborate entrances, and who right now on SmackDown has the big over elaborate entrance other than Nakamura, who's working with Jinder?
Jinder Mahal.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
No. Bobby Roode. Because Bobby Roode's got the Glorious. He comes out on the little pedestal and spins, and then he does this thing down to the ring. So, yeah. That's where I think it's going to lead. I don't know if that's exactly how it's going to play out, but that is the current plan. He's making fun of the elaborate entrances, and then eventually Bobby Roode's going to come out with his elaborate entrance.
Elaborato.
And as Nick told me, what did Roode work? A match before SmackDown?
Yeah, Roode worked a pre-match, so before SmackDown went live on the air, he went up against a very Maria... he can't. It was just Mike Kanellis. There was no Maria.
No Maria. Gotcha. They kinda,
no Maria.
They kind of they said WWE saying they're not impressed with Mike Kanellis, but they kind of ruined him when they gave him a new backstory.
That's true. Also, Jim, check your phone. There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks for the call and have a great night.
Okay, you too.
So, do you see that specific number in the call log?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But yeah, when they said that Mike Kanellis was a former worker of what's it called, Hallmark, and Maria found him and turned him into a wrestler, he lost all credibility. within the WWE. Fans thinking, oh, this is the old Mike Bennett from ROH and TNA or Impact, whatever you want to call it, and he's going to be great in the WWE. And then they say, oh, Maria found him working manager at a Hallmark. No one cared about him ever since then.
It's a good gig. Anyway, so I've seen a few punishments in mind.
Okay, as far as?
We've got loser gets a tattoo of the winner's choosings.
How about it's got to be something that doesn't cost anything? Something we can...
Eat hot sauce.
Oh, that's fine.
Dude, everyone's saying loser gets a tattoo.
No, I'm not getting a tattoo.
Fuck, you better win then. Playing, man, we're not gonna get tattoos. That'd be insane.
I ain't got no money for tattoos.
I got my WWF tattoo for like $40.
I got kids. I'm like Heath Slater. I got kids.
You got kids. So our special guest will be coming very, very soon.
Let's try this one. It says unknown caller, but
it's probably not what we want then, but let's just fucking try it.
You're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, it's Joe. What's up?
What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, making his appearance, finally, our special guest of the evening. Why don't you introduce yourself, my friend? We've been waiting.
I'm sorry, guys. We got carried away with a raid on Twitch. Joe Cronin. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Happy to have you on here, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy to be here. I totally like blanked out for a few, but I'm glad I'm here because I was like, oh, I hope they're not off the air. What's been going on though? I haven't caught the show yet. I wish I did, but.
Oh no, we were talking about the whole Jinder Mahal racist promo thing. We were talking about the survey WWE put out today, and then the issue with the WhatCulture guys leaving.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I was just talking about the racist thing too, or whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah, WWE put out a statement saying, "Oh, we have multiple races working for us and multiple race fans." That's like their only statement.
What is it? That doesn't even mean anything,
right?
It's the idea of like, I know we were racist. It's the equivalency of like, I'm not racist. I have black friends.
Yeah, like it's kind of like that. But you know what though? Like it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm pretty controversial, so like that stuff doesn't bother me. I'm more worried about the promo. The promo just was, I thought, sucked ass. So like that's what I'm worried about.
Well,
yeah,
Nick,
I saw
was
that you
there
were
live.
Yeah, so I was there live, and the crowd was not too keen on it, and I think it's such a bad place to do it, being in the Bay Area, being such like a, people are gonna hate me, but being such an SJW heavy area, where people take that stuff kind of seriously, and it's like, what was shitty about it is kind of like Joe just said, it was just a shitty promo.
Yeah, it was like bad, and then that was like on top of it, and I think that the people hate Jinder already. So if you give somebody that people are starting to like genuinely kind of hate something, they're gonna run with that. I'm sure there's gonna be people like racist Jinder. I mean, an Indian guy called a Japanese, used a dialect of someone's accent. I mean, is that really? I mean, see, if this is gonna be what's considered racist now, like, I mean, come on, He didn't. We said on my show like, oh, he didn't tell him to go like, eat a cat or something. No,
didn't he make a eating dolphins reference or some shit like that?
He might have. I don't even remember. It was so bad. The whole thing was a train wreck. Like, I heard that Jinder does his own promo stuff and Vince approves it, but
yeah, apparently like Vince loves Jinder, and so he like lets him do kind of what he wants sometimes, but he like is right there helping script everything for Jinder specifically.
Someone said, of course Joe's awake to do a call at 1 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, but it's just the whole promo was bad. I think they're getting carried away with this like whole race thing and whatever. I just think that's stupid. I think that's what a waste of time to talk about that. With all the actual like, and I'm not talking about the wrestling fans, because this girl's getting buried. The reporter that tweeted out that she wanted to hear from people that were there. It's like,
oh yeah.
Does she know she can just watch it on television like over and over and over again if she wants?
Well, it's because they didn't put it up on their YouTube channel, so she might not have caught it live or something.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
well, you know what? But from outside, it's just like outside people. Like, you please worry about something. Like, I'd worry about the real racist people that are out there.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Jinder's mocking of the way somebody might speak.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that people like. How close was they were like, oh, if that's what Jinder says here, what does he say outside of here? It's like, well, he probably speaks like a normal fucking human being, not reading off a goddamn script.
You know how scary it is now? Because what you just said is what happens, and then people pile on. And the thing is, you get a few people that legitimately feel that way, like legitimately feel like, wow, this guy's like a racist. But then what happens is you get like 7,000 trolls that just want to jump on the bandwagon of like burying somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
You get
The Roman Reigns effect.
You get a mob mentality, right? Like, and over on the West Coast, yeah, it's different over there. Where are you guys?
California.
Yeah,
California.
see, like, you guys are in California. Like, over here, like, I've noticed it, too. We've met people, like, you know, like, me and JD from New York, we met Steven Larson, and I love Steven Larson, but, like, we, you know, just hanging around with those guys for a few minutes, we're like, wow, we're so different. Like, you guys are so, like, you know, whatever, man, and, like, this, wow, you don't do that, and, like, we're, like, you know, just F this, and we're, like, rude, you know, so it's, like, there's just a whole acceptance. There's a different thing. Not everybody's the same way on East and West. I'm also near Harvard and all these colleges where people are crazy, but like
You ever just walk onto Harvard's campus and just try to talk to people about wrestling and see what they do?
they'd probably be like, what do you, no, I don't watch that fake stuff.
No, Nick. So Roger Savage in the comments in the chat says that the line you referenced was "feast on feline and dine on dolphin," from what Jinder said.
God damn nice.
Oh my god.
Feast on feline. That is a porn
Dine
title
on
I've
dolphin.
heard.
That's an amazing line. Holy crap.
God damn. I really want to know who wrote that. I want to know if that came personally from Vince's fucking pen.
I don't know. And then the Singh brothers doing their wax on, wax off.
My favorite part was there was a lot of kids next to me in the crowd and they were imitating it.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, "Aw, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing."
Yeah, that's funny.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was going to say that I was talking about Jinder having a crutch tonight, like kind of saying that, doing that. They sort of give Jinder that's why he's allowed to do whatever he wants, but it's like everybody gets a crutch, you know? And like Roman gets a crutch. I was talking about that. Like, you know, they really have tried to do everything for Roman possible. Like, you know, give him the belt early. Maybe that will, like, wow, we're seeing him with the title. You know, give him the belt at Mania. Give him the big Mania matches. Give him Vince McMahon. Give him blood. You know, give him everything. You know, give him the swearing. You know, give him whatever. Just like they keep giving him all these things to try to make it work, and it's like Jinder and Roman just aren't working for me in the same way anymore. You know.
And now they're going to give Roman the win over John Cena on Sunday, most likely.
Oh, I don't. You know what? I honestly, with that, I don't even care who wins that match. I don't care.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that match to me is just like, it's happening. I'm gonna accept that it's happening, and I'm just gonna watch it, and I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. I'm just gonna watch it.
We'll see what happens. So jaded now, it's crazy.
Yeah. So Joe, you mentioned that you were live over on Twitch. Why don't you tell our audience, because in case they don't know who the fuck you are and what you like to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to sub me on YouTube, I'm usually live on YouTube, but right now I'm dealing with a deal on YouTube, so I can't go live. But I'll be able to go live probably in the week. But so I've been trying to build my Twitch channel too, because don't put your eggs in all in one basket.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just trying to build Twitch up. So my Twitch is twitch.tv/JoeCroninJCS, where I game, but all my wrestling stuff and crazy late night shows that aren't wrestling that are kind of wild are on youtube.com/JoeCroninShow. So you can sub me over there. But shit, what was I going to say to you? I was going to tell you something. I can't remember. I can't remember now. Oh, but yeah, so I started on YouTube when it started, like 2006 or something. But for like years, I just made goofy, stupid videos just to amuse myself. Like, okay, upload these goofy videos. I don't care. And then I think it was like right around the time a couple guys started getting bigger on YouTube, like 2010 or 11, that I was like, you know what? Like, this is like a place where I could have a show, because at the time I was doing a stick cam show. Remember, you know now you're You Now or something?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
And you guys are probably younger. Do you remember stick cam?
A little bit.
God, no.
Okay, so stick cam went out of business in, I think, 2010 or something. So I used to go live on there, and then I was like, YouTube added Google Hangouts. So I was like, well, I want to do a live show. So I took my show to 2012. I took my show on YouTube, and ever since then, like, started getting. I'm slow climbing with subs, you know, because I'm only at, what are you guys at, 40,000?
Yeah.
It took me since 2012 to get 50,000 subs.
Gotcha.
God damn.
Well, at the time, like back then with YouTube, the system was weird with flagging. if you got in trouble, like you'd lose live for 8 months.
Wow.
So I would go to a different channel sometimes for like 8 months. So that would slow progress. But
Right.
I don't know. It's a radio format, but it's kind of like what you guys are doing. So
Yeah,
but you guys have those. You guys have those like videos too that work. I'm kind of all over with my stuff.
Yeah, I remember the first time I found you was probably like 2013, 2014, and I watch your channel all the time.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's weird because like I know like sometimes you watch someone for a while and then you decide to sub, or sometimes you see someone and you're like, I hate this guy, and then eventually you sub them. You're like, I'm sick of seeing this guy's stuff. Like, damn it. And then you sub them, or then you get sick of it and you unsub. Things like that. I've had 40,000 people unsub me throughout the 5 years. So
wow.
That's like I'm doing something really right and also doing something really wrong.
I think it's a matter of like, being that we're people that have opinions, especially in the wrestling community. You're fucked if you don't have an opinion that fucking Joe Schmo has over there. It fucking sucks too. That's the shitty part about. That's the one kind of tough thing about doing this, is having that mentality of like, this is either gonna hit people good or everybody's going to unsub it once.
Yeah, you could play it in the middle and just be, hey, this is what happened, and that was kind of crazy, but now let's move to this. And it's like, well, you never really gave an opinion though. You just
if you don't give an opinion, then they can just read the article.
Right. That's why I maybe make a separate channel, but I don't know. It's cool, man. I like what you guys do because I can watch your stuff. You can binge watch this stuff, and that's what's doing well right now. And I like that you're doing a live or a podcast too, because that's a great formula. People don't use that formula enough because it's like, okay, I can binge watch all your news, but now we can have a detailed discussion.
Exactly. So, and with doing the podcast style stuff, we can have the people in the chat. People, if they want to call in, they can get their opinions voiced as well.
Still on?
Yeah, man. That's what I was the first one, I think, to go live, other than I think at the time Bruce Blitz and that was it. Bruce and some what was his name? I don't even remember his name now. The Sports Coma, I called him. He was so boring, I called him the Sports Coma. It was called something sports, some guy. I don't know. He was the only other people live. They were the only other people live. And then eventually I think Bruce went to his own website, which he's kind of ahead of the curve with that, because now everybody's jumping to Patreon and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, no, seriously. At Sean's View.
Yeah, he has like GoFundMe or something. He's like, go subscribe to my GoFundMe. Go give me $1 for the GoFundMe.
Let's do we want to talk about him for a little bit?
I know Nick's been trying to get him on here.
I've been trying to get him on here.
Nick wanted to talk with him about his channel.
Well, back in the day, like, on YouTube, the way to go was to start wars with each other and just have these big fights. It was crazy. Like, we would have these wars just like, but you know what? Sometimes it's not worth it, because like what happens is, like, the fan bases aren't even mad, and then they attack each other, and then it just fucks up your channel, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can swear, but
go for it.
I did now, but but yeah, it messes up your channel. It ends up hurting you, like, sometimes. Like, there's been people that got taken down. Nobody really even wanted that, so it's no point in doing it. I think it's because we're wrestling fans. We all think, because a lot of other communities don't do this. It's the YWC people.
Oh yeah, it is. It absolutely is us.
I'm gonna go heel on them and cause a ruckus. Everybody does that, but for the most part, it's just not worth it. But Sean's View, dude, the only thing that made me mad about him was like 4 years ago or 3 years ago or something. I remember he pulled out a letter, and he read the letter like Andre Corbeil, I think, or like he sent it to him, and he said, you're a good-for-nothing loser, scumbag, kill yourself and stuff. And then he read that to his audience, and his whole audience like attacked the guy, and the guy was like, dude, I never sent him a letter. Like, I don't know.
What the fuck?
So I was like, dude, that's messed up that you made up that he wrote you a letter. I was like, and all your people, knowing your people would go attack him. Like, that's
yeah.
Super
I've spoken with
up.
Andre a couple times, occasionally, like here and there, a couple times, and he seems like a genuine guy.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I've only talked to him like once or twice, nothing major.
I know. I'll say it to your face, Andre. You know what I'm talking about. I've known Andre for a long time too. Andre's a good guy, but he's a little, You gotta. I don't know, Andre. I don't know about you, man. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I remember the Vince Russo stuff on Sean's video as well, calling him out for having 2 first names or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was right around. We hung up on Sean's view one night because Russo called, and we hung up on Sean's view.
Nice.
That's a better option, Russo over Sean's view.
I think you can Google that. I don't think it's on my channel, but I think one of the listeners uploaded it, and I told him it was okay.
Nice.
He called it like Sean's view gets booted for Russo, and it's just funny. But yeah, Sean lied to me about 8 months ago and said that what's up, Lisa Garland in the chat? I know a lot of these people. He basically said that he was dead to me.
Huh.
Like he said, like I am Sean's family member and he's dead.
Oh,
okay.
Jesus Christ!
And there he is, right there. There's the ambulance. I was like,
that's the ambulance. They're taking him home.
The only reason I Facebooked him is because I was legitimately concerned about him.
Right.
With all the stuff personally that was going on with him, I was like, dude, it's all right. I'll talk to you. And they were like, how dare you speak to me right now during this time when he's passed away? And I was like, what the hell?
Joke's on everyone else. He's not dead.
Right.
It was
didn't get kicked out of his apartment like he was telling people.
Yeah, he was like, any day I'm gonna be gone, and like 7 months later, he's still there
making videos in the same room.
Have you seen today? He's in a different room today.
Oh no, I haven't seen.
Is he actually?
For the first time ever that I've seen, he's in a different room today.
Wow.
It's so funny that you brought that up because he's in a different room with a fish tank.
And he's in there with Michael Cole. Crow48 asks, "What are you doing on PWU, Joe?"
Hey Enrico, what's up, buddy? All the way from I think New Zealand or Australia, Enrico.
Yeah,
Australia.
Good place.
I'm here. I don't know. I've talked to these guys for a while, so we've talked about doing stuff.
Just shooting the shit, talking wrestling.
Probably see
for sure.
We'll do more of it,
For sure.
But yeah, I like these guys. Now there was another group that looks like you guys that's not you, and that for a while I was like, oh, I don't want to go on their show. Really? And I was like, oh wait, that's not them. That's somebody else. It's some other group from like Europe or something. They're like psychos.
Huh. Interesting.
Like their people are just there's something wrong with them. I don't know.
Huh.
We're the only sane wrestling YouTube channel out there right now.
Oh Lord.
I think I started getting your videos requested a lot, so that was good. Like it was coming up in my feeds a lot of times after my videos. Yeah, so I'd be like watching my videos, and then all of a sudden it would end, and I was trying to see how the show was going, like what was going on, and then like Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? So I knew about it.
I actually was I was on YouTube and suggested to me, Tim suggested to me was an announcement for the first ever Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast like 2 years ago. And you're like standing in front of the camera and it's like, holy shit. That was like, God, I don't know. I think it said 2012.
Oh, no. When I started in 2015, I was horrible.
Let me look back at the exact date.
You will go watch my old stuff. It was cringeworthy.
It's just kind of crazy to see how far this page has come.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird how you grow. Like if I look back when I was 25, I'm like, what the hell? Like this was terrible. Like, and I was 25, and I think it's terrible. Like, so I think it wasn't until 2 years ago that I finally thought, like, wow, this is like I'm much better at this now.
Right. Finally picking it up. Finally getting it.
Right. Which is funny because I thought before that I was all right. I was like, this is great, but not really. If you go back and watch it, it's like, wow. What's up, Noman?
Now we got people in here saying Ollie Davis is annoying as fuck. I like Ollie Davis. That dude's cool.
Yeah, he tries to add humor into all their stuff, which is it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it works. It becomes different from just facts.
Yeah, it makes them a little different than others.
Yeah.
Going in Raw, it's a great podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like those guys a lot. I met them in Florida and they were just cool. We did the Wrestling Darlings thing with WhatCulture and all those guys.
Because they're from your neck of the woods, right, Nick?
Yeah, they're down in, I believe they're in Sacramento.
Okay, yeah, because I know they're near Bay Area.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, they were Steven Larson and Adam from WhatCulture were the best people.
Right.
Some people crap on WhatCulture, but like, and I don't know about the other guys. I just know Adam was cool. Yeah, Adam's a real good talker when it comes to stuff like wrestling.
I thought he was gonna be douchey though in real life. I was like, oh, he's probably gonna be like whatever. But he was like, he was just wicked cool. I don't know. It was weird. He was like, he was like fun. He was cool. Yeah, everybody was cool. Grim was cool. Was Brian Zane was cool. But I mean, it's just funny because everybody has their own like ego and shit. Like everybody just wanted to. Oh, I got my stuff. I got to get in and do. And it's just funny to have so many of those people all around the same. I was kind of quiet during the whole thing. It's funny. I'm usually loud. I was the quietest one.
Interesting. Yeah, I know the WhatCulture guys are starting their, I guess, I don't know if it's their own channel or their own company or exactly what it is, but apparently they're not commenting to media at this time.
It sounds like, I don't know if they did a mutual thing, but it sounds like they said they got fired or they got booted. But, I mean, that place was running them into the ground based off what I was hearing. And, like, with the WhatCulture stuff, like with the WCPW stuff,
right.
It sounds like, what they were being told to do is not what they wanted to do. I know that. They have all this talent.
Exactly.
And they're going to do well together. They're going to do well without having to worry about those. The only thing I'm worried about for them is the way YouTube is right now. They better be able to get a patron or something going, because whenever you work with like more than 3 people on a YouTube channel now, if that's going to be your career, there's not enough money to divide up.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
And they haven't said what they're doing with the promotion or anything as well.
I thought I heard that it wasn't theirs to. That at this point, they can't really control it.
Right, as far as what WhatCulture wants to do with it. I don't even know if they want to keep it going, because it was really just those guys that were running it.
It seems so good. To be honest, I think if the adpocalypse never happened on YouTube, I think it would have been fine.
Right.
Yeah, no, seriously, that really, really fucked them up.
Yeah, I know it hurt Grim a lot. Grim was saying that his channel started getting hit right as he got the warehouse for his new ring and everything, and he lost like 90% of his revenue.
Dude, it literally felt like it almost felt like it was like trying to screw with all of us. Everybody had done something to where they were riding on YouTube, and it happened right then. Right. I've been on YouTube I had a job for 4 years, and I was doing YouTube as a part-time thing as fun, and then it became a part-time job. But I was still working my 40-hour-a-week job, and at the end of February, I got laid off.
Oh, fuck.
And I started making $100 a day on YouTube ad revenue.
Right.
Plus with donations and everything coming in. And the minute that the adpocalypse happened right after that, I was like, well, I'm going to be okay because I've got YouTube. And then that happened, and it was like, what the hell? What do I do? If it wasn't for donating people and Patreons, I'd be done too. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing shows every day.
Right. Yeah, Grim said that his right around that same time, February, March, right when he got a brand new ring and he got a warehouse to keep the ring and do all their shows in, and right as he signed that lease, he said, boom, the adpocalypse hit him, and he lost like 90% revenue.
That's insane, dude. I don't even. You got to be so careful. Like, when people are like, oh, why do you charge Grim? Why and stuff like that. And it's like, well, because you have to make money to do this. And
he's doing even more than us because he's got the ring and he's got the wrestlers and he's got to pay rent on the warehouse where his ring is stored.
Right.
So I think the real question here is, when's PWU going to have their own promotion?
Oh, Lord.
I think that's the real thing everybody's wondering.
Well, I think what we'd have to do is, what I was talking to people about before is like having renting rings and doing indie shows that way.
Right.
I mean, like you just in different people's areas, and then you book wrestlers, and if you get people like me and JD on board, and maybe even Grim or like somebody else even who's not Grim, you could run something then. But then you're talking about tons of people together, and I want to book like tours where we go out and like do shows live and we take wrestlers with us and stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, why is this not a thing that's already in the works as it is? Because holy fuck, that sounds great.
It's kind of is, but it's a good idea. Yeah.
Have you heard what Jericho's doing with his cruise?
Yeah, I made a video on that the other day. No one saw it. It was weird.
He's got multiple podcasts going to be on the cruise, and they're even doing a tournament with Ring of Honor guys on the cruise ship.
The loser gets thrown overboard.
No. Hey, I wonder what podcast. Well, not mine, because Kenny Bolin hates me. And
I think he's got like the MLW guys coming with him.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, And then Ring of Honor's doing what they're calling the Sea of Honor tournament.
That's fucking
Wait, he's got the Court Bauer guys coming with him and stuff?
I believe so. All it says is he's got the guys from MLW Radio.
Oh,
Let
man.
me look it up on the website, see what it says.
I'm doing I can't say anything. I can't really say anything right now, but I'm doing something with them.
Awesome.
Get me on that cruise. Get me on that cruise.
Let's see.
Oh, my God. I got to call them. I'm doing something with them. I can't say what it is yet, but it's...
Gotcha.
Fuck, oh, my God. I want to... Come on, I want to go on the Jericho... Lee, I'm going on the Jericho cruise.
Here, let's see. Let me find where it says everything going on the cruise.
I doubt
Yeah, that fucking that cruise thing. I was looking at prices the other day. It's like, what if I just happen to want to fucking buy a ticket? It's only around like $900 for a ticket.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's super fucking expensive.
Yeah, you can get like for what is it? Like $1,300. You can get an obstructed sea view room.
It's so fucking expensive, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Let's see. He's gonna have Jim Ross, Diamond Dallas Page, Mick Foley, Ricky Steamboat, Raven, Rey Mysterio, Busted Open Radio, Beyond the Darkness Radio, Killing the Town podcast, Keeping It 100 podcast with Conan, and he's gonna have a bunch of bands as well. And then he's got the comedian Jim Brewer, who's gonna do some shows as well.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And actually,
what the hell is wrong with the ship? I think there's a hole in the ship. That's my cone.
Jericho's actually doing there's a festival in, I believe, Sacramento in October where Jericho's going to be.
Oh,
so,
with Fozzy?
Yeah, with Fozzy.
Yeah.
So that could be good.
That's pretty cool.
That's going to be a wild cruise. That's so weird. I wish I could document that. You know, maybe that could sell it to Jericho. Hey, Jericho, let me document the whole cruise.
That'll get him on there.
It says here right on the website, it says 401 days until the best vacation ever.
400?
It's not till next year, 2018.
What month?
Let me see.
You telling me this thing's might be in December?
October 27th through the 31st, 2018.
Wow, is it on the West Coast?
East Coast.
Okay, I could go to it.
Sailing from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas.
Huh. It's wild.
Yeah, crazy. The Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea.
I love this video on it. He's like standing on a beach.
Right.
What he's doing. His video, he's so funny. Like all he ever does is drink beer and coffee now. If anybody follows his Instagram,
yeah,
I
noticed that.
Having a beer, having a coffee.
Let's see.
Somebody said his belly looks a little pudgy the other day. I was like, that's because he does drink beer and coffee now.
Right.
Chris Jericho's living the fucking American dream, let me tell you.
This is the cheapest room you can get with 3 guests. If you have 3 guests per room, an interior room for $583.
Fuck.
And then for if it's just you yourself for $8,000, you can get the owner's suite.
Fuck.
Or the family penthouse suite for almost $6,000.
If I had $8,000, I wouldn't be going on a cruise.
Not for 3 days. Not a Jericho
Seriously?
cruise for 3 days. No.
That's
I thought it's like a week. It's a 3-day cruise.
It's from the 27th through the 31st.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently, it shows that the interior 2-guest room for $274 is already sold out.
That's unbelievable.
As well as the interior single-guest room for $1,300 sold out.
Who's booking these things?
I don't know.
Yeah, who the fuck is buying these tickets?
Wrestling fans? I mean, like, this is like some...
I mean, if you look at the pictures on the website, the rooms look nice. Like, it looks like a 5-star hotel.
I like the idea of, like, some parent, like, we're going to go on a family cruise. Let's just have a good time. And they fucking go there, and it's goddamn Ring of Honor, and fucking Chris Jericho's all there.
It's going to be a circus.
This isn't what we thought.
He's got all his... He's got Fozzy's going to be there. He's got a bunch of other bands, a Aussie tribute band.
See, like $300 or $400, I could see that. Like, I could see someone being like, all right, you know what, let's save, you know, even maybe $500. Like, all right, let's save $500. We have a long time to save for it. Let's save it. Now it'll be a cool thing.
Yeah,
but
like it says, the three guest room, the cheapest one is $583, and the 4 guest room is $500. And I don't even know if that's that's per person.
Oh my god.
So yeah, if you take, so even if you and like your buddy want to go, it's over $1,000.
Your buddy's chipping in. Your buddy better be chipping in.
Just for the room, and what does that even include?
Yeah, you gotta pay for meals there. Like, what else happens?
Right, and like if you look at the pictures, the cheap room, the interior room, the $583 a person room looks like there's only one bed.
Shit, I'm gonna throw a cruise.
So you got 2 people in there sharing one queen size bed.
Dude, I went on a cruise and the place was tiny as hell. There was like a tiny bed and like it was me and my girlfriend and my mother and my grandmother, and it was like a nightmare.
Huh.
Dude, it was I like just didn't want to go to sleep at night. It was terrible. Except for it was cool that we could drink on the island because it was Bermuda.
It's definitely an interesting concept for this to happen, because I don't know of any other that have happened before this like this.
At least not with like a live wrestling tournament taking place on the actual ship while it's sailing.
Which is kind of gonna scare me a little bit. Cause like, what if we get like a Titanic moment in the middle of like a huge spot?
What if you get a hurricane? Look at what's going on now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that probably would not be too safe.
You know what? I was on that cruise during a hurricane, not during, like kind of during the hurricane a little bit. Like it was bad.
Right.
And I'm not kidding. If you look up 2004, whatever hurricane was going on near Florida, 2004, and basically you could see a wave coming, like a big wake coming, and you're on the middle of the ship where the big glass windows were in the middle of the ship, and you're inside the gift shop, and you look out and you see this wake like rising, and you see that it's over the ship. So like from over there, it's above the ship, and it's coming towards you. And when it comes and the ship moves, and the ship would come down and kind of make a boom, and you would feel the ship boom, like a noise, and it was just like, I'm like, dude, the ship's gonna break in half. I feel like the ship's gonna break in half.
Wow.
Dude, it was freaky for 2 days. And then when we got to Bermuda, we couldn't do half the activities, like kayaking and stuff, because they didn't allow it because of the hurricane.
Right.
That's terrifying, and that's something I don't think I could ever do.
I was like, what is going on right now? Yeah, I couldn't believe the cruise happened. So, but yeah, maybe that'll happen there. But the ring moves. It's like, dude, the ship moves. You feel you're moving, like, you know?
Right.
That's going to be a different thing.
Yeah, and they haven't announced what wrestlers are actually going to be taking part in the tournament, so.
We've got Robert Cathy in chat. You got Joe on the show. Get Heel by Nature, douche. JD from New York. I don't know who this other one is. I've never heard of him.
The Great One?
Oh, the Great One. Does he actually want The Rock on here? I don't think we can do that.
Great One's not bad. He just hit 100,000 subscribers.
He's a good guy. I know the Great One.
And then he wants Sean's View on here.
He wants you to take on Sean's View in a verbal match.
Let's go.
I can probably get Sean's. I mean, I can drive to Sean's View's house and get him.
All right, well, let's not get that far.
He's literally like 40 minutes away from me.
Oh, wow.
Lucky.
Yeah, I thought he was from New York, and then like I realized he was from like just the outskirts of Mass, which is like on the border of New York, so that's why he kind of has a mixed accent.
Gotcha.
He's got like a wannabe Vince Russo accent.
Yeah, he has a Boston, New York accent mixed, I swear to God. But it's like kind of like Vince, yeah, a little bit. It's that New York Italian crew that moved to Massachusetts in that area.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's why he sounds funny, because people are like, are you from Boston? I thought you were from New York, Sean. So
he's like, I'm wherever you want me to be from. I'm wherever my GoFundMe people are from.
Wherever the money's from. I think it cracks me up that he gets so crapped on too for that, because like my channel is like based on needing donations and stuff.
Like every channel's got a Patreon just about.
Right. It's just the way I think it's the way he goes about it. He doesn't understand how he goes about it.
I think it's the way that like he'll be doing his news spiel, and then he'll stop in the middle of a sentence and be like, go to my Teespring and my GoFundMe, and then it'll just keep talking about his news. Like he doesn't like say it before or after. He says it in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, he's weird with that. My only issue is that his titles sometimes, like I don't mind some of his titles, but sometimes like it's just like hilarious. It's funny. It's funny to me.
I'll tell you my favorite Sean's View title, because it was one that Tim, you sent it to me the other day.
I know.
It wasn't the other day. You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah. Say it.
Brock Lesnar to play gay WWE character? Question mark! Exclamation point! Like, buddy, come on, bro.
I couldn't believe he covered that, dude. I gotta tell you, there's this place, this guy Bill Bahati.
He's come after us already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's scared.
Saying that we stole his news. He's saying that we stole his news and didn't credit him, but I've never watched a single one of his videos.
I had what's his name on the show? Drew McIntyre.
Right.
He was on the show right before he signed with WWE, and basically he told me in private, yeah, I hope they give me my old music, and I'm like, yeah, I hope they do. And I tweeted something like that. Come on, WWE, he wants it, we want it, let's go. And he basically went after me like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You think you talk to wrestlers and stuff.
Wow.
And I'm like, bro, who are you? You know what I mean? And then I looked him up, and he's a loser.
And it's like Big Brother.
But then, dude, I looked up his Twitter, and 90% of his Twitter followers are fake. Because I was like, why when he tweets something does he get 2 retweets or 1 like? I go, what? He has like 70,000 Twitter followers, and he's verified. Nobody retweets him because all his followers are fake, and he bought him in paid for. Hello, Bill. Nice to see you, fake meathead. And by the way, that dirty sheets thing that he has is awful.
And how all their videos are breaking news.
Oh yeah, those fucking guys are the worst.
But dude, the website is horrible. It's totally made up BS. And the funniest thing is, like, some people have covered it, but the best thing is Sean's Views now has that. So now Sean's View can say, like, because technically he can say, hey, I read this on the dirt sheets.
Right.
Sean's View's not making up all this news himself. He's getting it from places.
He's just not getting it from actual good places.
He just doesn't know where to actually look and get the right information.
He don't care, because if the hotter it sounds, the crazier it sounds, the better. And you know what? I mean, that's why I'm not even that mad at him. That's why I'm not even mad. There's a market for that. These younger kids. In 1998, dude, I remember going on these sites, and there were some that were messed up, some that were good. Same thing as now, kind of, but it was a little different, obviously. But I remember as a kid, a 13-year-old, eating it up. I'll never forget, I read the spoiler to WrestleMania 14. It said, spoilers, finish to WrestleMania 14 or something. And I was like, oh, I want to know. Like, let me look at it. Like, and I just thought, probably not true. And it was like, Tyson's going to turn on DX. He'll jump in the ring and make the cover. And then, whatever. And I'm like, what? And it was in Boston, so I was there.
Right.
And it happened. And I went, holy shit. Like, and it kind of slightly ruined it for me. And that was 98. So, like, I don't know, but that stuff's been around though. But then there were sites that were like, Shawn Michaels is gay with Vince on, like, videotape found, and
no, that's actually the what was it when Shane first came back and he was talking about the thing he had over Vince?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was actually it right there. That's it right there.
It should have been.
We never found out what that was.
Yeah, that kind of bothers me. I want to know what it was.
Oh yeah, he had to put it back in the lockbox.
Yep.
That's a shame.
He got beat by the Undertaker, and then still got control.
Yeah, Dino Bravo beat off Vince like 17 years ago. It would have been 27 years ago.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. I don't know what else there was, but it was like Dolph. I think I talked about Dolph Ziggler and stuff, and what he's doing out there every week. Is he wasting time? If he's trying to milk the crowd to, like, bait the crowd into just being so depressed when he comes out, that when Bobby Roode comes out to challenge him, they pop like crazy.
That's what I think it's going to be.
Why would you? But I'm just trying to think. Like, I think it really will be Bobby Roode. People really all believe that now. But are they just putting him out there to make the crowd, like, so that the 9th time when he comes out and the crowd goes, oh, but it's Bobby Roode and the crowd pops, or they just have nothing to do and they can't figure it out, so he's the filler?
Pretty much. I mean, I think, like I suggested earlier before you came on, I said maybe like he comes out and does the Bobby Roode entrance and then cuts his little promo on I can do everything better than everybody, and then Roode comes out and does it himself right in front of Dolph.
Well, I was thinking that what he could do, and not that I love this idea, but it would go up their alley with what they're doing. If Dolph is gonna be leaving, Dolph's career versus Bobby Roode's gimmick.
Interesting.
And Dolph could say, I can do your gimmick better than you. And in fact, in the match, you know what I mean? If I win the match, everything you do, I'm going to do. I get your gimmick, and I'm going to show you how much better I can do it, and I'll put my career on the line. So career versus the gimmick or something. I don't know.
Right. I remember last year he put his career on the line going versus Miz for the IC title, and he won the title and lost it like a week later.
Yeah, I think, what did they do that just to like swerve everyone? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he's going to lose and be gone. And nope.
Yeah.
I think he might have almost been gone anyway, though. They might have. I wonder if they kept him just. I think we thought about that last year. Like, did they just keep him to swerve everybody, or did they do it to just swerve everybody? We don't know.
Well, I mean, the last I heard was his contract's supposed to expire, I think, this October. So it's coming up.
Yeah, I really think he's done now. We talked about it. Like, he'll go to like New Japan and become he'll just be a star on the Indies rather than be a lame act on the main roster in WWE.
Right, but I know he's scheduled for that Starrcade show late November, so I don't know if that means anything, whether he's going to stay or not.
That's a great point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because that's like November 24th, 25th, and he's scheduled to take on Bobby Roode.
Well, that could be where it happens.
Maybe.
I mean, it could be a way to like kind of push that a little bit more. You've got the 2 cage matches, and then you've got a Texas Tornado match, and then you've got a rope versus career match. Something like that. That would, pitching it like that could be a selling point.
I could see them doing that. And,
Unfortunately, it won't be on the network, apparently, though.
Yeah, I know. It better be, though. But I know that it might not be, and it's just to make more money and during the holiday and all that stuff. But why not put that on the network?
Because, I mean, the only
that
thing...
would get up.
The thing I heard was WrestleCade's the same weekend, so they branded their show, which is supposed to be close, on the same weekend to try and get people to go to their show instead of WrestleCade.
Wait a minute. What? Wait.
So WrestleCade's doing their big show the exact same weekend, and I think they're like maybe a half an hour away from where WWE's doing their show in Greensboro, and so that's why they're calling it Starrcade, to get more interest to their live event than people going to WrestleCade instead.
Oh, okay. That seems so counterproductive. Like,
right.
It seems like a WWE thing to do, though.
Yeah, they're not very smart right now. They really aren't. Like, there's something wrong. And just look at the ratings and the crowd and the noise and the reactions to figure that out.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, Nick was there on Tuesday, and what was the whole non-hard camera side was almost empty?
Yeah, the entire non-hard camera side was blocked off.
They're trying to say all that stuff is like fake news and stuff, but it's not. I've been to 5 Smackdowns this year. Right. Almost 4 out of 5 of those Smackdowns where that whole side was taped off black.
Yeah, the one I went to right after was the Smackdown right after Payback, and they had like half of it blocked off, and most of the balcony seating was blocked off as well.
I got people from WWE asking me to give out tickets. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Like it's
how
weird.
much?
It's weird,
how much did you spend on your ticket, Nick?
I spent $11 on my ticket, and I bought it like at midnight that day. Like, that's just obnoxious.
All 5 of the shows I went to, I think 4 out of 5 of them I was on cam, or I made it on cam at some point. 3 out of 5 of the shows.
Nice.
And those are last second, comp tickets.
Wow.
Like last second.
Huh. Crazy.
Like, you told me those tickets were available. Like, what?
Yeah, and like even 3-4 years ago, those sell out as soon as they go on sale.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's when people
especially for a Bay Area show.
Yeah, California do well.
Right, which is funny when Roman cut that line on Cena saying, "Oh, well, since I've been the top guy, ticket sales have gone up."
I will say it's been happening more at SmackDown, but still, look at Raw, and Roman's crazy. They're delusional, man. They're like ignorant to what's going on. They're like, say this thing. Now, the WWE's always been like this. They're always like, just say this. Like, right. Don't, like, when a wrestler leaves, they don't even talk about it sometimes. Say we're the best ever in 20 years, or say that, they don't care. Just push the narrative of this. But, results are all we have to look for. And look at the audience. And look at Strowman's getting larger pops than a lot of other people. Roman gets pops too, but it's not the right way. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Right. And where's the pyro? There's no pyro because money.
Yeah, they're trying to say they spent too much on the WrestleMania set. Now they need to cut back.
Yeah, if they were kicking ass, they wouldn't have to worry about that. But they're not
Exactly.
kicking. And they were making more money than they ever made before. But the problem is they weren't what they actually were keeping. I mean, I'm saying the term for it, the word I want, but it's like profit versus loss. Like, I mean, they made the most they've ever made because their revenue streams are larger than they've ever been, but their costs are up and the amount of people is way down. So, and it's like we want WWE to do better because we'd all make more money. Everybody would.
Exactly.
It's like that's why when people like criticize us, like, "Oh, you damn smarks," or "Why are you mad at everything?" It's like I don't want to be mad at everything. I want to talk about this stuff like it's Game of Thrones.
Right.
I want to like when you talk Game of Thrones, most people like it, so they go off about like what's going to happen and maybe this one's going to show up and this is going to happen, and it's like exciting. But we're sitting here bashing it because it's so just you can't believe what you're seeing. And if this was the Attitude Era right now, we'd all be rich.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
YouTube, we'd be celebrities right now because we'd have 40,000 subs. You guys would probably have 300,000 subs, and I'd probably have 400,000 subs. It'd be crazy, dude. We'd all have millions of subs for being wrestling channels. It'd be the coolest place ever. We would have feuds. Can you imagine if the internet is where it is now in '98? Jesus, dude. We had YouTube.
Oh,
there would
Lord.
be like, PWO and like JWO, and like we would have like all these different sections, dude. There'd be like fights at like shows. We'd be like a bunch of rappers from like 1996 or whatever. I don't know. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like such a fucking weird time for wrestling, man.
You guys probably don't even remember, but it's like, how old are you guys?
I just turned 28.
I am 18.
Jesus, well, you really don't remember. But
I do not.
It's weird. It goes by fast though, dude. Like because he's 28, you kind of know what I mean. Because you're getting to that. You're at that point now where it's like, wow, like stuff like from 22 and on, like it flies, and you're like,
Right.
whoa, I was just like that young. Like I still feel like I'm a 20-year-old, but I'm 33, and it's like, I like when I was 5 years old, I bought Macho Man and Hulk Hogan was happening when I was 5, and I watched it live, and then. Then wrestling got boring to me when I was like 12. It was starting to 13. It was starting to get like, oh, this is getting kind of lame, and nobody I know watches this. And then all of a sudden the Attitude stuff happened, and WCW, NWO happened, and like, dude, it was on fire. Like everybody's watching it, and to see it gradually go down since then, from like I would say from 2001 and on, it's been a decline. You go from 11 million to 8 million to 7 million to 5 million. And now we're talking about like 2.8 million some weeks,
if they're lucky.
Yeah, it's a mess. By the way, the guy from Botchamania is a cool dude. I like him. I met him down in Florida too.
Nice.
Matthew.
Is it Matthew? Or is it Matthew?
Yeah, I always thought it was Matthew. Yeah, it's weird. He writes it funny.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn British bastard. What's up, Matthew? If you're listening, man, what's up? I always wished I could have gotten in contact with him again. He's like a ghost.
I've heard that. People said they tried to contact him and he just never responds, and no one can ever seem to figure out like what the correct contact info is for him.
I can't believe we got him down to Florida. Like, I mean, I was like, wow, like I'm meeting you in person. I'm like, dude, I've been watching your videos for years. Like, It's so weird.
Would you say he's one of the most famous people in the wrestling community, internet wrestling community?
I would say he's one of them because you could mention him to every wrestler.
Yeah, you could say the word Botchamania, and 90% of the wrestlers know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, they'll make a joke about it, like Kevin Nash, like, oh, I hope I'm not on Botchamania. It's like nobody. Yeah. You mentioned Joe Cronin show, and most people would say, who? Or they'd be like, oh, that guy's. I hate that guy. Like one of the two.
Grim, probably a lot of people in the chat are. What's up?
Some people are starting to recognize Grim though.
So he has. What's going on with his promotion?
His promotion's been. I think his promotion's good. I just don't know. I guess he's like you said. He's gonna make it free at 1 million subs or something.
Interesting.
Oh,
he's doing good. JD's doing good. Like.
I want to get JD on here.
He'd come on. I just did a show with him. We were on for 2 hours.
Right.
We were on the Twitch, but yeah, I mean,
nice.
Yeah, JD.
So yeah, I know. I talked to a couple people over the last couple of days. They said that the ad revenue stuff's starting to fix for them on YouTube. I don't know if you've noticed any increase.
I have noticed an increase. I don't mind telling people. In February I was doing the best I ever did. And by the way, it's like I worked 3 years to get there. You know what I mean? So I was like 3 years on YouTube of making almost no money at all. You know, and all of a sudden I went from making $13 a day to within a couple months this happened because when I got laid off, I started putting more videos up. I started making $90 a day for about a month. And I was like, wow, every day I'm making $90. It's a job now. And then it went down. Then it just dropped with the ad thing. And I've been making like $3 to $5 a day on Google AdSense. But in the last 2 weeks, I have noticed a couple days where it hit $28, $20, $15, $30. So that's still not enough at all, but it's that's definitely a change. There's a change going on for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same thing what's happened with this channel. We were, doing pretty well, over $50, $60 a day, some days $90, $100, and then it just went down. For us, it probably hit in like end of July, August, and then like you said, last couple of weeks, notice it's starting to go back up.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it keeps going up. But I mean, what I can say is that if anybody's familiar with YouTube, a little bit about the ads always die like around, or in May there's always a drop, because May to September there's always a drop because the summertime ads would drop. Okay. And they come right in, or usually around September the ads go way up. Gotcha. Like there's a huge, so that's what's going on. I think like the adpocalypse happened right at the time when ad revenue was about to stop anyway, kind of, or like change. So both things happened. So everybody got double whammied. And now I think you're seeing that they figured out the ad thing with the yellow and green dollar signs you're seeing, and
right.
So now some advertisers are coming back, but also advertisers are coming back anyway because it's that time of the year. So you're getting a little bit of a jolt here as well, and you'll see it increase. Now it's going to increase. It's only going to go up now because
for sure,
Christmas and stuff.
Yeah, because like I think over the last week, maybe 3 of our videos got hit with the demonetization, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense either. Almost all mine are hit with the demonetization, but it's only that, they still can make money. They just are limited to making money.
And the weird thing is, like, they get hit, you ask for a manual review, and within 24, 48 hours, they clear it up. Yeah, and it's already too late. Like, oh.
Exactly. And, well, you know what? I will say, though, for guys like some of your videos, the one thing, well, whose videos that it's okay for is like top 10s. Like top 10 videos, because sometimes it takes, like, usually they have a 3 to 5 day span.
Exactly.
Where they get views, and then they stop. And then, like, within, like, 15 days, YouTube algorithm says, we love that video, pump that video up. So for those guys, they're okay, because they're going to get 90% of these extra views. Like that guy you just mentioned, the great one started way after me.
Right.
And he was like a listener of mine even, and he said, like, Joe, like, I'd love to have you on. And I'm like, dude, I'm wicked jealous of you. Like, I worked really hard for 4 years. I'm at 40,000 subs, or I'm like, and you're like over, like almost at 100,000, and you just started this. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, because the thing with those like top 10 videos is they got longevity. It's not like a news story, which after 2 or 3 days people know that news, they're not going to go back to the video. But with the top 10, they can go back 2 years later and watch it again just to see what you ranked to something. Exactly, yeah, and it's so bingeable. It's like, okay, now this top 10, that top 10. But yeah, so those guys are fine, but that's the thing, is it's such an advantage though, because not only are those videos do really well for YouTube, but they're also gonna get the, by the time it gets approved, it's fine because now it's trending and it gets all the views then anyway. Exactly. YouTube algorithm has changed so many times. I've seen this algorithm change, like, it's unbelievable. I could have taught a course on YouTube like a year ago that would have made people a lot of money, and it's all changed now. Wow. I'm a psycho, dude. I studied the algorithm. I have map out things, like, and I told, like, and you can look at some of my videos and you can see like how they did well because of why. Like if there's a news story, like, and you put in these certain like key points, like, it blows up. And I've got 5 of them that did it. The Roman Reigns one did 1 million, a couple other ones did 2 million, and another one that did a couple, 800,000. Right.
And right as I was doing that, the algorithm changed, and that method didn't work anymore.
Well, I know the new algorithm doesn't like the word racist because I put up that video about the Jinder Mahal thing last night, and I put in the title racist. They flagged it. I deleted the video, re-uploaded it without the word racist in the title. Boom, it was fine.
Oh yeah, you can't write racist. JD was telling me anything with match in it was getting messed up.
Yeah, that
but you know
was.
something?
I know.
Dude,
go for it.
I'm sorry. When you speak though, when you talk, like it's you can hit that button, the caption button that translates everything, and you can read what you're saying.
Right.
And if you ever read it, it's like it's messed up. It barely gets. It doesn't get. It's only 80% accurate or something.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if I say, "Oh, I just spit on the floor," and your video thinks I said shit.
Exactly.
And it does that because that's the only thing that's recording what you're saying. So
right,
you get hit and you didn't even do anything. So you're thinking, oh, it's the title or it's whatever, but it wasn't. The thing misheard you and thought you swore twice.
Right. And I did notice over the last when the ad stuff started hitting our channel, I took all the tags out and all the mentions in the description that either said WWE or wrestling, and that actually helped for some videos.
No, you're right. At the time, because wrestling was a banned thing, like fighting and stuff. Yeah, so you're right on. Yeah, wrestling, you couldn't write wrestling, match, fight, verse.
Took the word wrestling out of the tags, and some of the videos were fine because of that.
Not surprised. Yeah, it's anything violent. It's weird.
Yeah.
Stupid. I got to get out of here, guys.
Not a problem.
But I really, thank you for having me on. I'll definitely come back again.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you later, and I'll tell JD to come on.
All right, for sure,
awesome.
for sure.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night, have a good night. All right, that was pretty cool getting Joe Cronin here on the show. Thank Nick for that one.
Nah, I mean, he was the one that messaged you at first. I was the one that just said, hey, are you actually going to come on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Glad that we had him on. Hopefully he comes back. And with JD.
I think it'd be cool to get other YouTubers that do the wrestling stuff on here. Maybe we can even get a bunch of guys together and start something up that's just like, every week or every other week, all the different YouTube guys come together and just shoot the shit and talk wrestling of that week or month or whatever. I think that would be something pretty cool. Would you guys be interested in seeing like a collaborative podcast with multiple different, I guess you could say, YouTube wrestling personalities? Are we considered personalities, Nick? I
mean, yeah. We have 40,000 subs. Yeah, we're personalities.
Yeah, what would you guys think about that? Like getting one podcast got me and Nick and Joe and JD, and then another one we can bring on like the Great One, or another one we can bring on Grim, or just different people that do the same kind of stuff we do.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a lot of fun. I think that would be great.
Dean is asking, when do we go live? We're typically live. We will be live again Sunday night after No Mercy, as long as everything works right. But we're typically...
that's right, this Sunday's No Mercy.
Yes, but we're typically live on Wednesday nights, and then we're live after the pay-per-views. Sometimes we'll slip in something else, maybe like if we want to play some video games. We are going to do some live stuff once 2K18 comes out.
Yeah, no, we're absolutely going to do a lot of 2K18 videos.
Right, may even try to build up that Twitch page with it as well.
Maybe day one, if our fans have it, we'll play with them.
Yeah, day one-ish? No. Day one is H.
Thank you. Thank you.
My bad. Is H.
Roger says, the guys from NoDQ.com wanted more YouTube wrestling personalities to join their wrestling trivia challenge. They'd probably be open to working with you.
Oh, I saw that recently with, what's his name? Aaron Rift. Have you seen this, Nick?
I have not. Okay, what is this?
So he does like trivia. He has guys. Okay. He has two guys call in on Skype, and he's like the host. And then the other two guys, they go back and forth. One guy will get a question. Then if he gets it wrong, the guy can steal the point if he gets it right. And then the other guy gets a question, and they go back and forth. It's like 20 questions or something like that. And I only saw one episode. It was like the second one he did or something like that. And yeah, and I think like what it is like if you win, you get to go on to the next week and you get a different opponent until you lose. Maybe we should hit him up and see what that's all about.
Let's absolutely do that, dude. That'd be kick ass.
Yeah, it's I think you just search Aaron Rift on YouTube and he'll come up. Or you can also go to his website nodq.com.
Yeah, for sure. Let's absolutely
Robert Cathy says
him.
He's gonna miss our show on Sunday as he's gonna be at No Mercy. Lucky you.
Brag about it.
I so wanted to go see Braun. Like, the only reason I wanted to go to No Mercy, not just because it's only 4 hours away and it's not that long of a drive. I just wanted to see Braun Brock live.
Wait, you're telling me you weren't going to go to see the women's Fatal 5-Way?
Well, when I first...
No one's going to see the women's match.
Like...
Joe says he's on there next week.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
We'll have to hit him up.
Yeah, we're definitely going to contact him, see what happens.
But
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the women's Fatal 5. I don't even know why they added Bayley. I mean, I get it, but no, chat, who cares about Bayley anymore? Like, really?
Yeah, it's so sad, dude.
Nobody cares about Bayley, and it's all because of two things. The promo she did against Stephanie McMahon, where Stephanie was like, you shouldn't be the champion because Sasha helped you win the title. You didn't win it on your own. And then Bayley says, I think you're right, Stephanie, but I'm keeping the title anyways. And then
that's what absolutely killed her.
And then the burial with Alexa Bliss, not only they had the first match at Payback where she lost the title. And then they had the match at Extreme Rules, the kendo stick on a pole. Those two matches just made her look like the biggest dweeb.
Yes, absolutely they did.
And, I mean, I honestly thought her getting injured was a good thing because then she can go away for like 6 months. People can forget about her. And then, oh, hey, Bayley's back. What the heck? But no, she was gone for what? Maybe 2 months?
I wish it was 2 months.
Not enough time for people to forget and care.
Exactly. Like, it's not doing the big cast effect. Where probably going to be gone.
Actually, I'm worried about that because if you think about it, Strowman, they said was going to be out for 6 months, came back in like a month and a half. Bayley, they said was going to be out for at least 6 months, came up in like a month and a half. So I hope, for Big Cass's sake, he's going to be out. Because I think if he comes back within a month or two, fans may shit on him just because, oh, well, you were supposed to be out for this long, and why does WWE keep saying that you guys are going to be out so long when you come back really quick? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Not that like people are going to hate Big Cass because he was, he's a heel. I mean, it's just, they keep saying people are going to be out for a long time and then they come back. I get it with the Braun thing. They did it on purpose, I believe, because they wanted Braun to seem like, a bigger star, a bigger monster. Like, oh, he was supposed to be out for 6 months, but he said, I don't care about how long I'm supposed to be out. I'm going to come back and do what I want anyways, so.
Dude.
The Bayley thing just baffles me. You should have kept her out longer. I mean, unless they're going to do that 4 Horsewomen thing sooner than Survivor Series, there was no reason to bring her back. Like, her getting time off was probably for the best.
Yeah, honestly, her time away for people to maybe, I don't know, remember who she is.
Mr. Vacation in the chat says, is it Bayley or Bailey? It's Bayley. No I.
It's Trash.
Ooh. Don't say that now.
So on that note, Tim, do you wanna call that the PW podcast?
I think that's gonna do it for tonight's show. I think we had a really good show here. We had Joe on tonight, which again I appreciate.
Thanks a lot, Joe, for stopping by again. Hope to have him on here again.
And I do want to say before we go, Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast is sponsored by Strong Style Brand Clothing and Wrestle Crate. Link for both of those websites are in the description below. And if you use the promo code PWUnlimited at checkout for either website, you will get 10% off of your order. And I think Wrestle Crate, it's 10% off of your first month subscription.
Yeah, Wrestle Crate's great. Strong Style Brand has great shirts. Mine's coming in the mail pretty soon. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so for the podcast, I've been Nick.
I've been Tim. We'll see you again after No Mercy on Sunday.
No Mercy.
Oh, Lord. Don't start singing now.
It's a great theme song.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Probably one of the best.
Oh, one question. Did you see the new... I don't know if you saw it since you were at SmackDown. The new graphics for Hell in a Cell where it's got like
they look
skulls.
Dope.
What is it? Okay. You may not be old enough to remember this.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Do you? The Unforgiven
Stone Cold.
Yep. Soon, like that's the first. I didn't even think of. Oh, those are cool graphics. This is. I saw the 3 skulls and like the head facing forward and the 2 facing sideways, and I was like, oh, that's like Stone Cold from Unforgiven. Like it was the first thing that popped into my head.
I miss the Unforgiven pay-per-views. They're fun.
But with that has been the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast here on September 20th, 2017. I want to thank everybody who was here live, everybody who's going to watch the replay here on YouTube once it does go up. I mean, hey, if you got a long drive in the morning and you need something to listen to on a Thursday morning while you're in your car, I mean, you're not going to be messing with your phone anyway, so keep your YouTube app open and listen to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast if you missed it. I've been Tim. That's Nick. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Bye.